S&P 500 futures every single day for a full year, and we're gonna video journal it to track the progress and improve our execution. So today is day 64. Had an amazing day today. Made about $422.75. Killed it today, and the reason I did that was because if you guys saw yesterday's analysis, I expected the market to play out what it did. So yesterday we drew this trend line. We thought that the market was going to reject this trend line or break over it and fly away, right? I was actually more hoping for it to fly away. Obviously, that didn't happen. We hit the trend line perfectly before market opened around 8 something, 8 to 9. And we just started selling off from that trend line. So I'll show you here. You can see a smaller time frame. So we hit it around 8:30ish, and then just like out of nowhere, just started selling off. I low-key expected to bounce over here like it did here and here. It didn't. It just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept flushing. And it just kept flushing until we found the support at this level. This level is somewhat of a support from like all these other multi-day tops back a week ago. So as far as market analysis go, where do we think the market would go tomorrow, the next day? I'll show you one thing. On the bullish thesis, we are somewhat oversold on the 195-minute time frame, so we should bounce essentially. We're getting very close to oversold on the 390, which means if we hit like 67.20s or ideally this range over here, 66.66. Ooh, that's such a bad number. If we hit that number, we should ideally find support and bounce. And this will probably be very oversold. Oversold means is weak. There's weak in terms of buyers, but essentially that's also where opportunity can come in and buyers can come in and buy the dip. We're also extremely oversold on the RSI on the daily as well, which means a good potential for us bounce if buyers come in, steps in. On the weekly side, we're somewhat mixed. We're neither very oversold or overbought. But what's scary about this is that on the weekly side, let's say if we don't bounce, right? If we don't bounce tomorrow, this is a doji setting up. And what that means is if we don't bounce, we always have a potential to turn that doji into one of these, where we just keep going down, 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 4 weeks of downtrend, or like one of these, 8 weeks of downtrend, or one of these, another 4 week of downtrend. So if we don't get our acts together and hold up the market tomorrow, we're pulling one of these, one of these, one of these, one of these, and none of them are good. We don't want any of them. I don't know if a lot of people could handle the kind of downtrend in this moment. There's a lot of bubble talk. There's a lot of situation. Christmas is coming up in a month. I don't think anybody wants a market crash before Christmas. I remember the last time that happened was in 2018 during a government shutdown, or maybe 2019. And it was one of the worst Christmas ever. I remember spending crazy money that Christmas, and I was broke as hell because the market had caused me to lose like 80K that year. I was like, God damn. So ideally, I'm looking for the bounce. I'll show you where I'm looking for the bounce as well. So ideally, we're looking for the bounce here. Why? Because we bounced there once on October 10th. We bounced here once on October 17th. And we don't really have any crazy bearish catalyst to kind of take us down further unless something crazy comes out. I suspect we will eventually find a support around this range, 66.66. Gosh, that's such a bad number. Or maybe 66.80s, man. And hopefully we'll do one of these where we go down here, but loop, and then we'll start coming back up. And even though we're coming back up, we won't be safe out of the downtrend yet until we break over this upper trend line here. So that's our market analysis for tomorrow and going to the next few days. Spent a little bit too much time on that. Hope that was helpful. So, and then we'll go into going over the signals that the market had today and how we made this much money and had 100% success rate. I think this is my third day at 100% success rate, and I'm a little bit worried. Tomorrow's Friday. I really need to reduce my position sizing because anytime I have 100% success rate back to back, even 2 days back to back, I tend to have a rocky day the next day. So I know myself. I'm going to take it easy. Going to trade only one contract, really, really small risk. I'm only going to make $100 or lose $100 tomorrow. That's it, guys. That's it. So today, 916 market structure have flipped bearish because of all these selling pressure. So it was net sellers by 916. and essentially gave us a perfect opportunity if we were around that time to short at the MOB, because market structure is bearish. When it comes to test the MOB, which is our big yellow line, we need to short it. So naturally, it went down further. And then 1018 was our first buy signal. And usually in these situations, these buy signals, we want to short the resistance. So you could have bought at the buy signal and made money as well. That was a double buy signal. But the real play is to short at that resistance right there, that small yellow moving average, because market structure is bearish. You want to short it. And if you short it, you would have made even more money because it flushed down instantly. Uh, like I think it was at 64, 67.94, like 30 points easily. The next play was at 1203. We had another buy signal. That was over here, I think. Yeah. So again, short the resistance here, short the resistance here. Would have made money over here. So that worked out as well. You could make money buying as well too, but the right play is to short the resistance there and there, and you would have made money. Then after that, we had 1243, which was somewhere around here, I think. 1243. Yep, somewhere around here. So this buy signal was a little bit different. This was a triple buy signal, and usually a triple buy signal we want to buy. And that did push up. We did get a nice push up here. We could show the resistance as well, but it never hit that 1 minute red line resistance here. So we wouldn't have shorted. We would have bought it over here. Usually triple buy signal means that there's potential for market to reverse to the upside. So if it comes back down again, we would have bought again over here. And we did buy again at these levels because this was where we think the bottom was. And the reason we think it was the bottom was because it had already moved the max possible range it did for the day, which was around 100 points. Based on our analysis this morning, and that was around the 100-point area. So we bought the dip here, we rode it back up, made a lot of money, and then 110 we had a DP sell signal. So this signal actually didn't work. This was the only signal that failed, which is why I wrote a no there. But this signal is a dark pool sell signal, which means you want to short the resistance as well. Ideally, you would have shorted here, gotten stopped out, maybe even stopped out at break even, and then short here. That would actually eventually worked out, but we would just assume this didn't work out because it hit the first resistance and went too far up to kind of hit the stop loss. Where for some people it did work out though. So, and then 153, we had a bullish market structure flip, which was somewhere around here, which means we want to buy the dip and take it up. And if you bought the dip around this range here, took it up, would have made money, got in the way with it, and would have been good. Even if you had bought the dip at that bottom again here, would have made money at the end of the day as well. I would consider this whole range as a support zone to a certain extent. So it was overall a pretty good trading day. I was very lucky on the right side of the position most of the time, and things worked out. We made money. And that was it. And hope tomorrow everybody makes money as well. If you guys are struggling, let us know why. Let me know how we can help you understand the market better, or just continue to watch our market analysis and go from there. Another great way to make play is just figure out what the trend is. So if you expected the day to be a bearish trend based on the reasoning of this and that, then you ideally want to make bearish plays in that sense. So good luck. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Please give us a thumbs up if it helped, and follow.